everybody and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I am changing my Christmas books for the boys over to our winter bookshelf. This year I did something different. I put out just Christmas books for the month of December, and now that Christmas is over I'm putting out our winter books that will stay with us all the way up to February. Last year I combined the Christmas books and the winter books in the month of December, and actually it was just too overwhelming, so this year worked so much better so we could focus in on our beautiful Christmas themed books. But now it is time to get a new set of books out, and it is also just started snowing outside, so it's perfect timing. Hopefully the lighting will be good in this video. It is very dark outside now here on the north coast of Ireland, so please bear with me. But anyway, let's get started. I can't wait to show you some of these beautiful books. Okay, so as you can see, we have got some new books, we've got some old favourites as well. But to start off, this Ailie Busby book, Winter, I've got her whole range, spring, summer, autumn, winter, and I really like these for young toddlers. It goes through the day, really bright colours and all those sort of things that toddlers like to do, like jumping in frozen puddles, playing with snow, and then some indoor things as well. Really cute, very simple, but actually my boys always do enjoy this series by Ailie Busby. I also have In the Country by Benedict Blathwayt. I love this book. It goes through the seasons on the farm and in the countryside, and it shows you all these activities and things like that that are happening on the farm. And of course there is a winter page. So this is the winter on the farm, and as you can see there's so many things to see on the page. Really cozy, lovely scenes, and then a few ideas of what you could spot. This book is always so popular with my boys. They love sitting down with me, sitting on my knee and going through this book and finding all the objects. And it's a nice one because you can use it all year round as well. I bought this second hand. I think they might have still had this in publication, but I'm not entirely sure. But I will link everything below in the comment section so you can find the books as well if you want to grab some. Of course, I have my favourite poetry book, I Am the Seed That Grew the Tree. This is a National Trust book, and it is incredible. It goes through the whole year with all these beautiful illustrations and seasonal appropriate poems. Just absolutely gorgeous. Such a beautiful gift as well if you know someone who's just had a child or there's a birthday coming up for a child. Absolutely beautiful, and goes really well with our Exploring Nature with Children curriculum as well, so I love this. This beautiful book is called The Bear in the Stars. It's by Alexis Snell. This is quite a new publication. It's by Puffin, and it's a gorgeous, you can see the pictures in this are just amazing, but it's a gorgeous and kind of sad story about a bear and its quest to find somewhere safe to live because of the climate change, and it has this sort of link in with the stars as well, and it does all end well, but it's quite a sad sort of story. But it's wonderful if your children are very interested in extinction or the environment and the stars. This would be a lovely book for slightly older toddlers or children. Robin's Winter Song, I've had this now for a couple of years. This is by Suzanne Barton. This is a lovely book that goes through autumn and then winter arrives in the forest, and the little Robin is hunting around for friends and trying to find out what's happening. So lots of gorgeous illustrations, very sweet story, perfect for toddlers, young children. We love this one. Winter Dance by Marion, Dane, Bauer is another favourite. I think I say everything is our favourite in fairness, but this is a lovely chunky board book, which is great because you can leave young toddlers with this alone and they obviously can't rip anything. And you can see it's the story of this fox and winter, and it's just like beautiful pictures. Of course you knew I was going to bring out a Brambly Hedge story. This is A Winter Story, A Party in the Ice Palace by Jill Barklem. And these books are just the most beautiful things ever. In this tale, the mice are getting ready for winter, and they have a big party under the snow. Again, lots of charming illustrations in this. Jill Barklem is really hard to beat when it comes to those sort of really romantic, whimsical children's illustrations that have that old-fashioned feel, and always have a place on my bookshelf. Absolutely love these. We have a little Sibylle von Olfers book, The Story of the Snow Children. This book has quite a detailed little story, so it would be good for children who are reading, and again, the most sweetest illustrations. Really lovely, a bit like a fairy or folk story, and one that Rupert particularly likes looking at. So again, another favourite is the Shirley Hughes nursery collection. This is the winter book that comes in this nursery collection, which is amazing, by the way. It is out of publication, but you can pick up copies on eBay and also on Amazon sometimes. So there's basically, it's full of little poems and little short sort of stories that are poignant for the season. So this is all about winter, obviously, and all the activities and things that happen in winter. So very sweet. Of course, you've got to have some Gruffalo, and the Gruffalo's Child is perfect for winter. It's got loads of sort of cozy, wintry pictures of the forest and snow, animals and birds you might actually find in a winter forest, like the fox and the owl, and then this little mouse and the trick it plays on the Gruffalo's Child, and beautiful moon and everything. So I think really nice for winter and the themes of winter, very cozy, and again, children just go crazy for the Gruffalo, so a lovely addition to our shelves. Series by Kate Messner, Over and Under. This is Over and Under the Snow, is really beautiful. And this is a new addition to our shelves this year, and I'm really excited for the boys to have a look at it, especially on this very snowy day. It's amazing how much snow's fallen outside already. But yes, this is lovely. You can see it's got gorgeous illustrations and activities and things that you might do in winter, and then it shows you what's happening underneath the ground as well as on top. Absolutely beautiful, great for nature study. Beautiful spread on the stars. This one is definitely one that we'll be dipping into a lot. In fact, I think I'm going to be putting this one into our morning basket, so we can really explore it together as a family. Okay, we're on to the second shelf now. This book is my favourite book ever. It's so beautiful. It's Sleep Tight Farm, and I really wasn't sure whether to put this in our autumn books or our winter books, because it is quite autumnal, as you can see, and it goes through, so beautiful, it goes through a farm preparing for winter, and I'll show you some of the pictures. Just incredible. I love this book so much. And then yeah, all the things that are happening on the farm to prepare for winter, and then of course it brings you into even preparing sort of for Christmas. So this probably would have been a good one for me to bring out in autumn, in fairness, but I had so many autumn books on our shelves and I just wasn't quite sure where to place this. I think next year this will be one that I put on my autumn shelves, but I'm still really excited to read this with the boys because it really reflects our life here on the farm and all the things that we're doing. So I know they're going to love reading this again. This rather battered up copy of The Mitten is by Jan Brett, and it is a really gorgeous, I think, Ukrainian folk story with amazing pictures, and it's all about these animals that find a mitten and they all try and fit inside it. Now, I have seen plenty of worksheets and things like that and ideas that you can do to really bring this book to life. So if you go onto Pinterest and look up The Mitten, you will find lots of activities to go along with this book as well. But a really nice classic that will grow with your children, and very beautifully illustrated. Zoo in the Sky is a new addition to our bookshelves to go along with our Exploring Nature with Children curriculum, which I'm starting in January. So Zoo in the Sky is a look at the constellations, and this is quite an unusual viewpoint on it because it looks at the constellations like the Great Bear, but it actually really illustrates them, and then you have this gorgeous shine as well off the stars. It's very pretty, and I think while my children are definitely too young to understand the concept of constellations, I know that they will get so much from the rich illustrations in this and the animals, so I think it will be really fun. The first unit in Exploring Nature with Children in January, I believe, is the night sky, so we are going to be diving into it with that sort of preschool age and slightly younger with Toby, so it'll be interesting to see what they actually respond to and how much they can pick up on. But this is part of going to be part of our curriculum for that. So very, very excited to dive into the night sky, and are really appropriate for winter when the sky is dark so much longer, and actually it's a really great time for children to go outside and do a bit of stargazing. So yeah, even if you're not following any curriculum, I still really recommend books on the night sky because I think it's just such a lovely topic. Okay, so staying in the theme of the night sky, this book is amazing for slightly older children. It's called A Child's Introduction to the Night Sky by Michael Driscoll, and this is a story of the stars, planets, constellations, and how you can find them in the sky. Now, I bought this not knowing what it looked like inside, and it's far too old for my children, but I wanted to show you anyway. It comes with stickers and this amazing, what's it called? Star finder, which is really, really cool. And it has so many facts and projects to do, and it goes through all the different planets. And I think it's just fantastic. There is so much content in it that I know that we will definitely be diving into this when the boys are older. But I am going to be putting it out on our shelves anyway, and I will let the kids look at this, but under supervision, and they probably won't spend too much time looking at it because it is quite text heavy. But since I bought it, I'll definitely be putting it on our shelves anyway. So this book, Starlight Sailor by James Mathew, isn't actually themed around winter at all, but it has the theme of stars and also a lovely dream that this boy has, and I think it just reminded me a little bit of winter, and I thought it would be a nice addition. So really lovely illustrations by, I think, Jackie Morris, yeah, and it's just got the most lovely story as well that's got a lovely rhyme to it, and I do love reading this to the boys. Very dreamy, and yeah, I just felt like it was a good addition for the winter shelves, so nice book for bedtime. Keeping in the star theme, we've got Katie and the Starry Night by James Mathew, and the idea of these books is it kind of brings art alive for children. Now, little Katie goes to the art gallery and she jumps inside a Van Gogh painting and kind of brings it alive, and it is fantastic. Illustrations are very sweet, look at that. And the storyline is actually fantastic. I read this already to Rupert and he was so enthralled and absolutely loved it. I think it's such a clever concept. There's a whole range of these Katie books where she goes inside different paintings and has adventures with them, and I cannot recommend this one anyway highly enough. It is brilliant, and Rupert is almost 4, so he's like 3 3/4. And for him, this book was perfect. The storyline, the adventure, it was really fantastic. I so love this. Definitely going to become a favourite for us, and beautiful for like a gentle introduction to art for children. Of course, I've got my beloved Pippa and Pele back. This is Pippa and Pele in the Winter Snow by Daniela Dresner. And I love these Pippa and Pele books. They are so cute, really gentle, very reflective of things you might see in winter and nature, and just, yeah, I can't get enough of these books. I adore them so much, highly recommend them, and the kids have grown up with Pippa and Pele and they also love those little characters so much. This book you might recognise from my Christmas gift guide. I got Rupert this Sunbread by Elisa Cleveland, and he does love it. I knew he would. It's such a beautiful story. It's got these like Chagall-like illustrations. I'll give you a few peeks inside. And it's about a town which has lost the sun, and the baker decides to bake this big sun bread, and all the town eat it, and actually brings the sun back. It's got the most prettiest sort of uplifting illustrations, which is quite nice for the middle of winter, you know, where you want a bit of brightness and sort of think about sunnier days ahead. And it also has a recipe at the back for sun bread, so you can make your own little loaves in the shape of the sun. And I thought this was just a really nice book for winter. Like I said, it's got those bright, cheery, uplifting colours, which we kind of need at this time of year. And you can also do the activity of making the sun bread. So yeah, really lovely. And then of course it's got all these animals as characters, which children do love in general. So Sunbread, definitely excited for this one. And finally, we have got The Very Long Sleep by Polly Noakes. I've had this for a few years now and I really like it and recommend it. It's about these animals. They all live together, the fox, the bear, the chipmunk. They all end up hibernating except for the fox, and the fox is so lonely and keeps trying to wake them up, and eventually spring comes. But it's such a sweet story. I'm really fond of it. I find the illustrations in this particularly appealing, and the kids always enjoy it too. So that's it. That's our beautiful winter shelves all ready to go. I know the boys are going to be so excited to look at these later when they've come back inside from doing the farm chores with Daddy. But yeah, I'm really excited to sit down and read these as well. Doing this seasonal change of the books is so fantastic at really getting yourself inspired about the seasons. I'm excited about activities that you could do and themes that you can follow. Highly recommend it. Even if you just end up getting a couple of books, it doesn't have to be 2 shelves like I've got. It's just the more that you do it, the more you tend to build up books as you go, or you get gifts and things like that. And then you can actually have a couple of shelves, which is really fun because it gives some variety too. I actually do a grown-up version of this for myself. So on my bedside table I have a bundle of books that I change every season too. So I have a combination of things like nature books, non-fiction, fiction, cookery books, all kinds of things that are seasonal based, and I also read those and change them over depending on the season, and it's really wonderful. So if you'd like to see what's on my bedside table, let me know and I will share my seasonal books with you too. But yeah, I'm gonna go now, get a hot cup of tea and watch the snow fall outside. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and make sure you leave a comment too, because I love hearing what books you're loving or whether or not you like this video. So I will see you soon in another video. Bye!